Benji Marshall from his lounge room. The first thing Hindy said. What was the first thing you said, Hindy, when you saw Benji's place?
I said, mate, it's a very white lounge.
What's wrong with white?
And you've got I've got white lounges at home, mate. You've got one kid, I've got 4 kids.
It's the kids' problem.
It's a bit scary. I've got 4 dogs as well.
It's confidence, mate. You just got to be confident, you know.
Ooh.
No plastic sheets.
No.
That's But you're not European. That's a very European.
I haven't used plastic sheets since I was about 9.
No plastic seats in the lounge room, mate. Save them for the bedroom. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Stop it. I'm out. Done. Is it time?
It's 5:40 in the afternoon.
He's got too much sugar in you.
He has got. Look at him. Look at and the Fanta.
Seriously.
What is the biggest indulgence you've had so far, Benji? So, you're sitting there bored. You've been in the chips. Have you been on the Coca-Cola? What?
Oh, mate, I've got to be honest. I've had a block of chocolate today, a packet of chips, and a packet of lollies. So it's tough, man. Wow. It's just eating my way out of it,
That's standard.
You're going to look like Joey Leilua in a month.
Oh, really?
Well, you keep that up.
Nah, man, I'm going to keep training. I'll be sweet.
Yeah. So, Benj, what's the feeling like, mate? No league for a while, obviously. How are you coping?
Oh, to be honest, Hindy, it's, I've had a good think about it. I actually feel very lucky that I play rugby league as a job because, obviously there's a lot of people who have been told they're laid off. Kenny, I was talking to you the other day, 83,000 2 days ago got laid off in Australia. And then, we're just talking about taking pay cuts. So in terms of that sort of point of view, when you get a bit of perspective, we're lucky that we've still got jobs, and obviously our pay is going to decrease at some stage, but that's just part and parcel of what's happening. And on the scale of the world, that's not too bad.
Benji, I was talking to Icon about it the other day, and we're talking about obviously the different approaches of players and how they're encountering or handling this drama. And we spoke about you and the maturity, maturation of you over your career. Have you now sat there as a senior player and had to actually explain to some of the younger guys whose world experience isn't as broad as yours and they haven't been around, seen as much, and actually explain to them, guys, we need to just calm down and we're actually in a pretty fortunate position here?
No, I haven't had that chance yet, Kenny. We're having a meeting tomorrow as a squad about it, and probably mention some of those things. I think just when you get a bit older and you have a family and you get kids, and then you look at sort of the outside world and what's happening, you get a lot of understanding, especially when you got family and stuff going through it. I mean, hearing about the stories about the Bulldogs staff getting leave with no pay, and then hearing about all the guys from our head office that had to go home with no pay, it just breaks your heart because as a parent and a husband, you want to provide for your family, and for those people who are not going to be able to do that, it's it's heartbreaking. And, I know if I was in that position, I'd find it very hard, going home knowing that that's my role and my job to provide for my family. So a lot of our players are feeling the same way, mate. Obviously, we're not in a bad position as some other people, but that's still that responsibility that you have to fulfill your duty as a provider is going to be taken away somewhat. So it's hard.
Mate, now with all this spare time, have you had time to sit, or will you have time to sit and reconsider your career maybe after this? Is that something you've started to sit down and talk to your wife about?
No, I haven't talked about it yet, Hindy, but the thing for me is, I suppose I'm pretty confident that the game's going to go on again this year, but, there's a chance that it might not. So does that mean the end of my career? Well, you just got to weigh those things up. I was feeling really good within my body this year, and 35 years old, turning 36 next year. So it's, in terms of age, it seems old, but if I'm still feeling okay, then there's no reason why I couldn't go around again, Hindy. But I still hope there's a season to play this year to get through that first.
I was going to say that, Benji. Given you're not playing this year, or if you don't play this year, your body goes through no wear and tear. So theoretically, you'd think, well, you probably could be in a state to go again next year.
Yeah. I honestly believe I could, Kenny, to be fair, go again. The thing I've learned training under Madge is when you get older, a lot of coaches look after you and try and protect you, but training under Madge has been none of that. It's been training for resilience, and I've actually had to train harder the last 2 years than I trained in the last 7 or 8 years, and I felt like it's really helped my body through the little niggly injuries with hamstrings and just building that resilience to running fast. And I was actually feeling probably the best I've felt in a long time to start this season off.
I found my mind went first. That's what put me into retirement was my mind.
Yeah.
No, my body was fine. I thought my body was really good. I thought I could still do what was expected of it, but the mind just went, you know what? It's tired. You know, I've had enough, and that was it for me. So the body could have gone again for me, but the mind was saying no.
Yeah, well, it's a big part of it, honey. You know, I mean, this is my 18th season in the game, and I still turn up every day. Grateful that I'm still playing. Obviously, it sort of got taken away from me at one stage, and then just to be back there, I'm just feeling lucky that I'm still playing. So it's very grateful.
Hey, Kenty, the idea was still flagged that we could take players to Queensland or New South Wales when they cancelled the season or suspended the season. Volandis and Greenberg said everything's still on the table. Now that would seem like a long shot. They
won't do it.
We're done with that, aren't we?
The problem with that is the doctors don't want to go. The club doctors don't want to go. They've got their own practices down here. They don't want to go up there for 10, 12 weeks for essentially part-time work. And then there's the whole picture of taking 16 doctors out of their communities where they are needed. Right now and isolate them with a bunch of football. So that's been an issue that's caused the NRL real headaches. And it's also made them, I think, given them pause for thought about where to go.
Well, to be fair, Kenny, like as a player with a family, like that's the last thing you want is to be away from your family. And what I actually admired about the playing group, no, seriously, what I admired about the playing group was the boys were prepared to do whatever it took to keep the game going because we knew how important it was financially to the game. And so if that was the case and we had to go there, we would have done that. But to be away from your family would have been hard as well. So it is what it is now.
Your wife's at home, isn't she?
She's sitting there.
She's watching you from behind the camera, isn't she?
She just punched me. Nah, mate. Honestly, I would have hurt me being away from my son. He just turned 2 and he loves his dad.
Because if they come back and they do isolate, Hindy's going to announce he's making a comeback just so he can get away.
Hey, you know how early I was in here today? I got in here nice and early.
Well, you had to prep.
I had to prep. Look, all these.
Well, that's
questions.
why you're on the big bucks, Hindy.
For Brian Fletcher, for the Penrith CEO, which you didn't get to ask.
A lot of hard-hitting questions. I just couldn't get it in. But no, I was homeschooling today, and it's tough. So you got a 2-year-old at home at the moment, Benj. Wait till
that's
14, 13, 12, and how old's the other one? 4.
Birdie's one.
4. Yeah, Birdie's one.
I feel so sorry for you, mate.
Are you on the sugar come down now? You're up for about 20 minutes there.
No, and I'm just...
And then you've just all of a sudden you've faded.
I need another lolly. And I promised myself I'd go for a run today, and that still hasn't.
So, Benji, you're talking to your players, like do you FaceTime each other, your teammates, or you getting on the phone to them, or texting? Like, is there a group WhatsApp or something?
Yeah. We've been in constant contact through WhatsApp, especially phone calls, just checking in and making sure if anyone needs to talk to anyone. I sent out a message last night just saying, look, if anyone needs a chat, I'm here. Obviously, I know it's tough times, and
did you get a phone call?
That's a big thing, though, isn't it, Benj? The state of mind of your teammates and everyone. Everyone talks about. All we seem to be talking about at the moment is a lot about the financial side of it. But the state of mind is so important. Like when you stop playing, when you've got that.
Do you struggle with that when you stop playing?
Massively, huge. So that was a big deal for me. It took me a while to build into the.
What is it? The routine, the lack of competition.
It's the routine. It's lack of competition. It's the mateship. It's a whole lot of things go into it. A lot of
I can imagine.
But trying to find that high again of running out there, playing a game, and the soreness. I enjoyed the soreness after a game, and the second day soreness. That was a good feeling, and you can't recreate that.
It is, mate. It is. It's like you want to be around your teammates. And you want to be training, and then what happens now is we're probably going to have a month off, and that routine where we have to be every day to train is taken away, and all of a sudden, like the mental health of players is going to be a pretty big issue, I'd say, where we need to keep on track and make sure that all the boys are well supported. And I think we're very lucky that we do have those things in place because I know for a fact that a few of the boys are going to need a lot of help through this time, so we need to stick together.
All right. Benji, we'll let you go. You've been part of this for a little while with these shows.
Awesome.
We've seen plenty of you on FaceTime, and good luck, mate, with the little bug and the misses and the white furniture.
Mate.
And the TikToking. Yep.
Oh, has he been TikToking?
They all TikToked.
Is that right? Is that sweet?
He's 35. He can't. He's too old to be TikToking.
Yeah, but I act 25, mate. It doesn't matter. Who cares,
Hanging out with the young guys, yeah.
All right.